Welcome back to Orange County's Real Estate Hot 30. I am Lena Fayyad, and next to me is.
I'm Holly McDonald.
Welcome back, guys, to our podcast. I know it's been a few days since you've heard from us, but we have a lot of updates for you. So we wanted to come on today and really just reflect on how things are starting to open up. I'm sure maybe in your own local neighborhoods. And what we've seen just this past week alone in real estate has been magnificent. So I wanted to start off by saying that the market is very, very strong right now. And I have a lot to, what would you like to start with, Holly?
That's right. Surprisingly, I think a lot of us are quite surprised. The market is heating up and sooner than I think expected, especially with a lot of places are still closed. A lot of people are still staying home. But at the same time, a lot of people are also going out there and trying to buy homes. The interest rates are so low right now. So those that are qualified are really eager to get into the market and lock down a really good rate.
Yeah, and we've seen, I've seen a lot of first-time home buyers come on the market. Just since this coronavirus, I think they had some time to just sit at home and browsing at home. It took a little bit of time to kind of get them out and show them, but hey, I'm pretty busy at the moment, and I'm very blessed to say that. And I think there's definitely a shift in the home buying persona at the moment. I was just reading actually, the Mortgage Bankers Associations have seen applications for home purchases that were at their highest levels just from this past week. So that alone just shows you how many people are out there trying to apply and, for mortgage loans and, fresh buyers out there. So let's go.
Yes, and you make a very good point when you mentioned that there's a lot of first-time buyers out there. The hottest price points that we're seeing are in the lower, first-time home buyer price points. So right now in Orange County, market time for homes under about $1.25 million is quite low. And of course, the lower you go in price, the steamier the market. Specifically, if you're under 800,000 roughly in Orange County and you're a detached single family house, those houses are typically, they're flying off the market. And if you're a condo or a townhome and you're also in that range and you're competitively priced and there's not a lot of competition, those are flying off the market as well. As you get a little bit higher in price, those are selling quickly, not as fast as the lower priced ones, but they are getting a lot of activity, and the market time is really short considering, one, we're heading into June, which is when things typically, they're warm, but we've already gone past our hot season. But right now we kind of skipped our hot season, or, it kind of disappeared this year, but it's not actually gone because it seems like a lot of home buyers are they're just coming out of the woodwork now. So maybe these would have been our buyers in March, April. They're out there now, late May into June.
Yeah, and I really think, maybe I wouldn't say completely gone, maybe delayed.
Yeah.
I would say, like the economic relief, really kind of, I'm seeing maybe the aftermath of this now. People really don't want to miss a chance. They want to go out and give their dreams another chance, I would say, or that one home that they're like, is this the home we're not going to miss out again after the coronavirus? That's like my $1 million question right now. I'm like,
Yeah.
really guys think about it, think long term when you're buying this home. Because, even the price points of 2-3 million. I had my friend in Dana Point, her neighbor's home sold in 3 days. It was 2.5. And, people are out there looking for that dream home, especially now that those sellers that we're thinking of selling in the next few years are selling now. So yes, there is inventory coming in summer season, but trust me, those hot homes are hot home for a reason, I would say. So.
Yeah, that's right. We are seeing every day I'm tracking the market, and without a doubt, there has been substantially more inventory throughout Orange County. Most days in May. April was quite light on the number of new listings. We are seeing more homes come on the market. But if you look at the market overall, so not just, this year, but if you look back at like last year, a couple of years ago, in general, for this time of year, there's typically a lot more inventory. So, it's all relative that there is more inventory coming on now. It's still at a very low rate compared to what we would normally see, which is why it's so advantageous for a lot of sellers right now to scoop up what they hope is a really good price and a really good buyer. And then also for buyers too. Obviously, you don't have as many homes to choose from, but if you're able to get a good home for a really low interest rate, which I know we harp on a lot on this podcast, but the thing is that interest rates make such a big difference over the life of your loan. And, getting your money loaned to you at a lower interest rate is so helpful over the course of
That's
time.
the real deal,
Yeah.
Yeah. And I agree. I really liked how you mentioned that what was really going for us, is the market was healthy and improving up until COVID. Like we were, I believe, at the height of the market, before then. Prices are still high. I'm not saying prices drop significantly by any means.
I think that's a really good point because I know a lot of buyers I was talking to at the beginning of the pandemic were hopeful that maybe this would be their ultimate chance to get into the market and, capitalize on the pandemic and maybe seller desperation and finally being able to get a lower price coupled with a lower interest rate. Like that would be the great trifecta. But the fact of the matter is, yes, there were maybe a few deals to be had during the pandemic. It was a little shaky for a few weeks there. But overall, homes that are on the market now, some of them are coming on for much higher prices and still getting activity and offers and, concluding a sale for record high prices in their neighborhoods. So I think that ship has sailed for right now. So if you're a buyer that's looking for, a really good killing on a house, that's not where we're at right now. But we will, of course, always let you know where the market, tends to be going. But right now, it tends to be favoring, depending on the price point, it tends to be favoring sellers more so. But it's not, I would say there have been certain years where it's a very hot seller's market. We're not in that at the moment, but it does depend on the price point, the neighborhood, the location, the competition. There's so many factors. So if you have specific questions about a neighborhood or a price point or a house with a certain condition, we can give you advice on that. I mean, I would say, Lena, tell me if you agree.
I think just with the lockdown ending, I think you're right. We're seeing, I would say it's a seller's market too, but also if the buyer has the right, niche of a home that he's looking for, they're not going to miss out. And that's why I'm seeing those serious buyers, So I think that now with things starting to get lifted, this, the strictness of being out and about, yes, we're taking all the precautions and measures to show homes always, but I think we're going to definitely see some improvement in that for sure.
Yeah, I have a couple of points I want to make. One, just in regards to homes that are selling very quickly, obviously competitive price is a big factor. The other factor I'm seeing is that there's more homes that are more move-in ready and updated. Those tend to be flying off the market, even if they're a higher price than the ones that might take a little imagination or money to remodel. So, there is a premium on homes that are like dialed in, modern, turnkey. Another thing I wanted to mention is that the buyers that are out there, if you haven't started looking or you haven't been looking in the last few weeks, some sellers are still insisting that buyers be pre-approved before they even enter the property because of COVID. It's one of the precautions. They want to limit it to the serious buyers. And I think like Lena said, there are a lot of serious buyers out there and you have to, be ready to get pre-approved. I know everybody dreads doing the paperwork, but honestly, to even have a chance in this market, some homes aren't even going to let you in the front door unless you have a pre-approval. So please be mindful of that.
No, absolutely. And if you guys need any recommendations, again, for lenders or any sort of help, we're here to assist you. So I'm excited. I'm hopeful for what's coming. And, I really think we're pretty, we're pushing through this pandemic.
Yeah, I think one other point I want to make, because I've been getting this question from buyers, and this is where you're really going to want to have a relationship with a lender before you start looking at properties. because lending restrictions have gotten a little bit tighter with the pandemic, a lot of lenders are, they're being cautious. They know that a lot of buyers have lost their jobs or maybe could lose their jobs. And, the stock market was very, fluctuated a lot. So as a result, they tightened lending a little bit. Some lenders aren't letting you get a loan with less than 20% down. Some lenders are limiting the price point you can go to if that's going to be a factor. So some of my clients that were looking above $1 million but don't have that down payment, they're having to readjust and reevaluate their plans for the time being. So it's really important to know what the current limitations are and like what programs might work for you to be able to achieve your dreams. But I think that's part of the reason, actually, that's absolutely part of the reason that under 800 is a very, very hot market, because you don't need to have a lot of money to put down in order to buy a house at that price point and not be entering the jumbo loan territory. There are lenders that can do jumbo loans, but I think they're coming at a little bit higher of a price right now. So, it just, like, the hotter markets are the ones where obviously more buyers are comfortable qualifying. So talk to lenders. That's really, really important right now.
No, absolutely. And I think that's kind of what I wanted to say today, kind of bring some good news. It's Friday, so just wanted to, one thing I do hope is we do go back to open houses. I'm not sure what the association is doing, but, they fought for us, like you said, so hard earlier this year. And now, I just kind of miss that. That's all.
Yeah. And so buyers out there, there are virtual open houses. So there's a lot of showings online. A lot of times the agents are available to show you the homes in person if you like what you've seen online. So, just because there may not be a public open house, that doesn't mean you still can't see the property. And I know sometimes it seems a little easier to just browse through an open house, like very non-committal, and, you're not going to be harassed by an agent, let's say. But if there's a property you want to see and you've got the qualifications, you might as well schedule the showing. It could work in your favor. So I know, like, for myself, I've been available as much as possible on weekends to show my listings. I'm waiting for the phone to ring to show the property because we want to sell. You wouldn't have your home for sale right now if you didn't want to sell. So please make those appointments, reach out to the agents, reach out to your own agents, and just be prepared to wear a mask and, maybe some gloves.
Yes, and if you guys have any questions regarding the market, if you'd like a market update on your home, if you have any questions, recommendations, or anything, like, comment, subscribe below, as you can tell. And Holly, would you like to add anything else?
Yeah, I would like to invite you all to reach out if you'd like to see a wonderful property in Eastside Costa Mesa that I have for sale. It's on a private gated street, 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, super spacious, all modern. It's a great buy at $929. We just went on the market, and it's beautiful. So I can send you a virtual tour. I can show you the property in person. I've got videos, so let me know. And I've got another great property that is back on the market at a reduced price in awesome Turtle Ridge. It's a detached condo, so you don't share any walls. It's super private, got a nice little yard, 3 bedrooms, plus a den for those of you who want an office or maybe a converted 4th bedroom. Very tastefully done, lots of great upgrades. That one's listed at $1,055. And, it's in a gated, gorgeous community in Turtle Ridge. So really close to Newport Coast, and both are amazing properties.
Well, and we will put the links for you guys below. We should add those links if you want to send them to me. And you guys heard it right here at Orange County's Real Estate Hot 30. Thank you for watching. My name is Lena Fayyad.
I'm Holly McDonald.
We'll see you next week.
Bye.